नमस्कार. जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा, विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उत्कल जलधि तरंगा। तब शुभ नामे जागे, तब शुभ आशीष मांगे, गाहे तब जय गाथा। जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
Namaskar. On behalf of the Embassy of India, a very warm welcome to everyone present and those who have joined us online in the celebration of 75 years of India's independence. This is a momentous milestone in the history of our country's journey, which is being celebrated as Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. To commence with today's celebrations, I request Ambassador of India to the United States, His Excellency Mr. Taranjit Singh Sandhu, to deliver his remarks.
Fellow Indians, distinguished members of the diaspora who have joined in person and virtually, students and faculty members of various institutions, colleagues at the embassy, dear friends, Namaskar, good morning. I extend my warmest greetings on the Independence Day to all of you. Today is truly a historic day in our nation's onward march, celebrating the 75th anniversary of independence as Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, or the Festival of Freedom. Today, we bow to the great freedom fighters who showed unmatched courage in their pursuit of the dream of Swaraj. We pay homage to those who sacrificed everything for our freedom. We remain eternally indebted to them. Dear friends, all of us are proud of India's journey. In the last 7.5 decades, a newly independent nation in 1947, the nascent democracy has traversed through odds to bring development, peace, security, and prosperity not only to its peoples, but for the world. Through various initiatives led by a resolute political leadership and aided by an embrace of technology, we have advanced political, economic, and social rights for the people. From agriculture to space, India has made its own mark in every conceivable area of human endeavor. Today, India is better placed to face the increasing challenges and complexities that the world encounter. India is an indispensable part of the solutions to global challenges, be it in healthcare, in the form of pandemic, or in food security, or in critical technology. Dear friends, as the country is making positive strides, we have more work to do to achieve and fulfill the aspirations of the future generations. As Prime Minister Narendra Modi has stated, the journey of the next 25 years would mark the creation of a new India. The goal of this Amrit Kal is to ascend to new heights of prosperity. In this journey, the United States will be a key partner for India. The India-US partnership led by Prime Minister Modi and President Biden have become one of the most consequential relationships for both the countries and for the world. We are continuously working together and leveraging our synergies and complementarities to advance global peace and stability, sustainability of the planet, and human development. In this process, the Indian diaspora will continue to be a critical pillar, and I take this opportunity to appreciate the great work that the diaspora has been doing. Dear friends, moments like the 75th anniversary of independence, Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, are when we relook at our goals, recalibrate them, and strengthen our resolve to achieve them. It's also a time to dream new, dream big, and work passionately towards those dreams. As Prime Minister Modi has said, and I quote, "Yahi samay hai, sahi samay hai, Bharat ka anmol samay hai." This is the time, the right time, India's precious time. Now I have the distinct privilege of inviting you to listen to the address of the Honorable President of India to the nation on the eve of the Independence Day. Thank you. Jai Hind.
My dear fellow citizens, Namaskar. My heartiest greetings in advance to all Indians living in the country and abroad on the eve of the 76th Independence Day. I am delighted to address you on this momentous occasion. India is completing 75 years as an independent nation. 14 August is observed as Partition Horrors Remembrance Day, so as to promote social harmony, unity, and empowerment of people. Tomorrow marks the day when we had freed ourselves from the shackles of colonial rulers and decided to reshape our destiny. As all of us celebrate the anniversary of that day, we vow to all those men and women who made enormous sacrifices to make it possible for us to live in a free India. It is a cause of celebration, not only for all of us, but also for every advocate of democracy around the world. When India won independence, there were many international leaders and experts who were skeptical about the success of democratic form of government in India. They had their reasons to be doubtful. In those days, democracy was limited to economically advanced nations. India, after so many years of exploitation at the hands of foreign rulers, was marred by poverty and illiteracy. But we Indians proved the skeptic wrong. Democracy not only grew roots in this soil, it was enriched too. In most other well-established democracies, women had to wage long drawn struggle to get the right to vote. But India adopted universal adult franchise right since the beginning of the Republic. Thus, the makers of modern India enabled each and every adult citizen to participate in the collective process of nation building. Thus, India can be credited to have helped the world discover the true potential of democracy. I believe this was not a coincidence. At the beginning of civilization, saints and seers of this land had developed a vision of humanity that was defined by equality of all, indeed oneness of all. The great freedom struggle and its leader like Mahatma Gandhi rediscovered our ancient values for modern times. Then it is no wonder our democracy has Indian characteristics. Gandhiji advocated decentralization and power to the people. For 75 weeks, now the nation has been commemorating these noble ideas that own us freedom. In March 2021, we began the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav with the reenactment of the Dandi March. This way, our celebration began with a tribute to that watershed event which had put our struggle on the world map. This festival is dedicated to the people of India. Based on the success achieved by the people, the resolve to build Atmanirbhar Bharat is also a part of this Mahotsav. Citizens from all age groups have keenly participated in a series of events held across the country. This grand festival is going ahead with the Har Ghar Triranga Abhiyan. The Indian tricolors are fluttering in every nook and corner of the country. Great martyrs would have been thrilled to see the spirit of the independence movement coming alive again on such a massive scale. Our glorious freedom struggles was waged bravely across the vast territory of our country. Many great freedom fighters did their duty and passed on the torch of awakening, leaving little trace on their heroic deeds. Forgotten for long were many heroes and their struggles, especially among the peasants and tribal population. The government's decision last year to observe 15th November Janajatiya Gaurav Divas is welcome because our tribal heroes are not merely local or regional icons, but they inspire the entire nation. Dear citizens, for a nation, particularly an ancient one such as India, the passage of 75 years is merely a blink of an eye. But for us and individuals, it is a lifetime. Senior citizens among us have witnessed a dramatic change in their lifetime. They have seen how, after independence, all the generations have toiled hard, how we met great challenges, and how we have taken charge of our destiny. The lessons learned in the process will prove useful as we move towards the next milestone in the journey of the nation, the Amrit Kal, the 25 years to be celebration of the centenary of our independence. By the year 2047, we will have fully realized the dreams of our freedom fighters. We will have given a concrete shape to the vision of those who, led by Baba Saheb Bhimrao Ambedkar, drafted the Constitution. We all already on course to build an Atmanirbhar Bharat, an India that would have realized its true potential. The world has seen a new India rising in recent years, more so after the outbreak of COVID-19. Our response to the pandemic has been appreciated everywhere. We launched the biggest vaccination drive in human history with vaccines manufactured in the country itself. Last month, we crossed the 200 crore mark in cumulative vaccine coverage in combating the pandemic. Our achievements have been better than those of many developed countries. For this feat, we are grateful to our scientists, doctors, nurses, paramedics, and the staff associated with vaccination. The pandemic has uprooted lives and also economies in the entire world. When the world has been battling the economic consequences of the great crisis, India got its act together and is now moving forward. India is among the fastest growing major economies in the world. India's startup ecosystem ranks high in the world. The success of startups in our country, especially the growing number of unicorns, is a shining example of our industrial progress. The government and policymakers deserve credit for beating the global trend and helping the economy flourish. During the last few years, unprecedented progress has been made in the development of physical and digital infrastructure. through the Pradhan Mantri Gati Shakti Yojana. All the modes of connectivity based on water, land, air, etc. are being integrated in the whole country to enable seamless transportation across the country. For the vibrancy of growth visible in our country, credit must also be given to workers and farmers whose hard work has made it possible, and entrepreneurs whose business acumen has created wealth. What is all the more heartening is that the growth is becoming more inclusive and regional disparities too are reducing. But this is only the beginning. A series of economic reforms and policy initiatives have been preparing the ground for a long term. Digital India, for example, is creating the bedrock of a knowledge economy. The national education policy is aimed at preparing the future generation for the next stage of industrial revolution while also reconnecting it with our heritage. Economic success is leading to an ease in living too. Economic reform are rightly accompanied by innovative welfare initiatives. A home of one's own is no longer a dream for the poor, but a reality for more and more people, thanks to the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana. Similarly, under the Jal Jeevan Mission, tap water connection is being provided to every household since the launch of the Har Ghar Jal scheme. The aim of these and many other similar efforts is to provide basic amenities to all, particularly the poor. The key word for India today is compassion for the downtrodden, for the needy, and for those on the margins. Some of our national values have been incorporated in our Constitution as the fundamental duties of the citizens. I appeal to every citizen to know about their fundamental duties and follow them in letter and spirit so that our nation reaches new heights. Dear citizens, at the core of the transformation we have been witnessing in healthcare, education, economy, as well as a number of related areas is the stress on good governance. When work is done with the spirit of nation first, it is bound to reflect in every decision and every sector. This is also reflected in India's standing in the world. India's newfound confidence stems from the spirit of its youth, its farmers, and above all, its women. Gender inequalities are reducing, and women are moving ahead, breaking many glass ceilings. Their increasing participation in social and political processes will prove decisive. At the grassroots level, we have more than 14 lakh elected women representatives in Panchayat Raj institutions. Our daughters are the biggest hope for the nation. Some of them brought laurels for the country in the recent held Commonwealth Games. Of course, India's sportspersons have been making the country proud by their performance in international competitions. A large number of our winners come from underprivileged segments of society. From becoming fighter pilots to space scientists, our daughters are scaling great heights. Dear citizens, in celebrating Independence Day, we are celebrating our Bharatiyata. Our country is full of diversity, but at the same time, we all have something in common. It is this common thread which binds all of us together and inspire us to work together with the spirit of Ek Bharat Shrestha Bharat. India is a very beautiful country, also because of its mountains, rivers, lakes, and forests, and the animals and birds that live in such landscape. When the environment is facing new challenges, we must remain determined to preserve all that makes India beautiful. Conserving water, soil, and biodiversity is our duty towards our children. Caring for Mother Nature has been part and parcel of Indian culture. With our traditional lifestyle, we Indians can show the way to the rest of the world. Yoga and Ayurveda are India's invaluable gift to the world. Their popularity is on the rise all over the globe. Dear fellow citizens, our beloved country has given us everything we have in our life. We should pledge to give everything we can for the sake of safety, security, progress, and prosperity of our country. Our existence will become meaningful only in building a glorious India. The great nationalist poet Kuvempu, who enriched Indian literature through Kannada language, had written, "Nannu ಅಡಿವೆ, ನಿನ್ನು ಅಡಿವೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಏಳುವೆಗಳ ಮೇಲೆ ಮೂಡುವುದು ಮೂಡುವುದು ನವ ಭಾರತದ ಲೀಲೆ," which means, I will pass, so will you, but on our bones will arise the great tale of a new India. This is a clarion call of the nationalist poet for making total sacrifice for the motherland and upliftment of fellow citizens. To follow these ideals is my special appeals to the youth of the country who are going to build the India of 2047. Before I conclude, I would like to extend Independence Day greetings to the armed forces, to the members of Indian missions abroad, and to the Indian diaspora who continue to make their motherland proud. My best wishes to all of you. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Friends, now we move on to the cultural component. I invite Ms. Lakshmi Swaminathan, Director of Natananjali School of Dance from Maryland, to conduct the cultural component.
Thank you, Aditi ji. Namaste and good morning. Indian Independence Day is celebrated across the nation and around the world by Indians with much ardor and pride, with people coming together to remember the sacrifices of our freedom fighters and leaders. We are honored to present a short Indian classical dance program on the 75th anniversary of India's independence in 4 classical dance forms: Kuchipudi, Odissi, Kathak, and Bharatanatyam. To celebrate India's unity in diversity, we begin with the song Samrasa Bhavana Bharata Samrajya in Kuchipudi style, the classical dance form from the southern state of Andhra Pradesh. The lyrics describe how all Indians believe that they are equal and that their hearts are clean and pure. This will be performed by students of Kuchipudi Dance Academy, Vaishnavi Banda, Sai Jagrati Trasu, and Sadhana Tilak. This dance has been choreographed by the director Lakshmi Babu, whose father, Sri Vuppula Gauri Viresham, was a freedom fighter who was awarded the Tamrapatra. Music credits Abhishek N.S.
शश्वदखिल सौभाग्य वितरण शमदम करुणा शांत विवरण विश्वकृतानंद गीता भरण विदित जयानघ वाग्वर शरण विश्वकृतानंद गीता भरण विदित जयानघ वाग्वर शरण समरस भावन भारत साम्राज्य स्वीकृत तनय वरेज्य जय हे जय हे जय हे जय हे जय हे
Indians have always displayed a unique ability to look through the diversities to explore the innate unity. Highlighting this concept, we next present Jai Hind, a patriotic song in the language Hindi, which will be performed in the Odissi style by Orna Banerjee, Ramya Griddaluri, and Naina Srivastava. This dance has been choreographed by Sukanya Mukherjee, director of Mayur Dance Academy. Music credit, art and artists.
भारत अनोखा राग है सौरागिनियों से सजा भारत अनोखा राग
सौरागिनियों से सजा भारत अनोखा राग है ये प्यार का संगीत है
ये शांति का गीत है ये एकता का राग है
भारत अनोखा राग है
सौरागिनियों से सजा भारत अनोखा राग है अनोखा राग भारत के इस एक तारे पे गूंजी है जो जो रागिनी सब मिल गई एक धुन बनी भारत अनोखा राग है
We cannot speak of Indian independence without paying our respects to the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi, whose favorite bhajan, Vaishnava Janato, in the Gujarati language, penned by Narsingh Mehta, describes the person of God as the one who understands the pain of others. Vaishnav Janato, choreographed by Purvi Bhatt, director of Lasya Academy, will be performed in the North Indian classical dance style, Kathak, by Reva Nair and Tara Nair. Music credit album, Satyameva Jayate.
वैष्णव जन तो तेने कही जे पीड़ पराई जाने वैष्णव जन तो तेने कही जे पीड़ पराई जाने पर दुखे उपकार करे तो ये पर दुखे उपकार करे तो ये मन अभिमान राणे रे वैष्णव जन तो तेने कही जे पीड़ पराई जाने सकड़ लोक मां सहुने वंदे निंदा न करे तेनी रे वाचकाक्ष मन निश्चल राखे धन धन जननी तेनी रे वैष्णव जन तो तेने कही जे पीड़ पराई जाने मोह माया व्यापे नहीं जेने दृढ़ वैराग्य जेना मन मारे राम नाम शु ताड़ी लागे सकड़ तीरख तेना तन मारे वैष्णव जन तो तेने कही जे पीड़ पराई जाने पर दुखे उपकार करे तो ये मन अभिमान राणे रे वैष्णव जन तो तेने कही जे पीड़ पराई जाने
We conclude our performance with the national song of India, Vande Mataram, performed in the Kuchipudi, Odissi, Kathak, and Bharatanatyam styles. You'll be seeing Bharatanatyam for the first time. It is another southern classical dance form. This will be performed by Vaishnavi Banda in the Kuchipudi style, Angelica Mukherjee in the Odissi style, Prajakta Gopte in the Kathak style, and Alexandra Das in the Bharatanatyam style. And this dance has been jointly choreographed in the Kathak style by Purvi Bhatt, in the Odissi style by Sukanya Mukherjee, in the Kuchipudi style by Lakshmi Babu, and in the Bharatanatyam style by me.
Thank you for such graceful performances on this pious occasion. We appreciate the enthusiastic participation of Natananjali School of Dance, Mayur Dance Academy, Kuchipudi Dance Academy and Lasya Academy. Friends,